Three.
Hello everybody, this is Daniel with Daniel's Bullion Coins. Have my sweet wife Ingrid here today.
Good morning.
And we're going to take some questions and talk about gold and silver.
Okay, darling. Why, everyone's asking, why are we not at 40? It was so close.
So close, all week long.
$40 on silver.
Yes, intraday, $39.50. We've come up and we've touched $39.50 several times, and we're just not breaking through 40.
Yeah,
And we are seeing the sellers and the profit takers coming in. For the last month or so, the whole month of July, we saw the sellers increase, and we reached a crescendo of sellers, not this week, but the previous week. Now we're starting to see the sellers taper off. And it's just people taking their profit and leaving the silver market. And you have to figure, you know, we've been talking about this for 10 or 15 years. And you know, you get in at 60 and you turn 70 and you're wanting to do other things. And I can understand that. But keep in mind that the price of silver and gold are going to continue to climb. That's why we do these videos, is to give an overall picture of gold and silver continuing to climb. So we had the July 4th holidays, and the silver really fought with the $33 to $34 range, and now that's become the floor. And I don't think we'll ever see 33 or 34 again. And we're come up to our new ceiling of 40. And I believe once we get through that, we clear out these sellers, we clear out the profit takers. Profit takers are the paper people who just buy and sell in the minute or the hour or the day or the week, and they'll take profit and then they get back in. So keep an eye out for that. We get above 40, I think we're going to run again, just like we did once we got above 33, 34, we ran to 40.
Think how long we waited for that.
Yes, and what a big jump that is.
Yeah.
That's a huge percentage. I think it's like 60% increase in the miners. So, and it's funny, you know, I can remember when we were first getting into gold and silver, and we really got excited about it. And with a lot of other variables, I had a 57 T-Bird, 1957 T-Bird. And I had a Chevrolet 350 4-barrel 4-speed 9-inch rear in that little hot rod. And I was convinced that this was the way to go, and we were moving and lots of other things, so we sold the car. And now, 15 years later, just like everybody else, I would like to have another car. I would drive by and see two Mach 1 Mustangs, 1972, sitting on the side of the road, and you're like, hey, let's sell a little tiny bit of silver and buy these toys. And I can understand, you know, where everybody's coming from, but I don't want to be, and I want to teach people not to be the scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. We've talked about how Oz, OZ, is ounces of silver, the gold is the yellow brick road, the Emerald City is the dollar, and the scarecrow has no brain. And he's just clicking his heels through life and not considering what's going on. And so that's why we do these videos, is to help convince ourselves and to help teach others to get prepared for what's coming, and don't be brain dead and clicking your heels for a good time and miss out on what happened. I'm not saying totally alienate yourself, but just be mindful. Put some thought into what's coming. You know, like we were talking about, what are the numbers for gold?
Is up 30%.
Gold's up 30%.
Market's up. I had written down, or you written down, one of us wrote down, market up 6%?
Yes, the market's up 6%.
And the NVIDIA is up 27%. And miners are up 60%. The dollar is down 10%.
So this is where we start to look at the numbers and do the math. Okay, if the dollar is down 10%, the market's up 6%, you've got a 4% problem there.
Oh, and Trump wants a lower dollar.
Yes.
That's another subject.
Yeah. Well, we can go into that. You know, we can go into the lower dollar. So what Trump is trying to do, and maybe I could describe it like this, where we've had a staircase situation for a while, where inflation, the price of goods, is climbing the staircase faster than productivity, and then wages is kind of coming up the staircase last. So what Trump is trying to do is turn it into a sidewalk, where all three of those things kind of hold hands.
Interesting way to say it.
Yeah, it's just kind of a way to look at it. So the price of things, I believe, is going to continue to climb, but they're going to offset the inflation reading by productivity. So if you can have productivity accelerate and keep up step with the prices, and they're going together on the sidewalk, then wages, that's going to be the key. Bring wages along with it, so that wages, price increases, and productivity are all going the same. The problem is that wages is the hardest one.
That's going to be the hard.
It tends to lag a little tiny bit. So this is
Why
where.
Is that?
Well, because the owner of the company, the productivity guy, the manager of the company wants to make sure that there's profit before they start paying somebody.
Paying their people. Yeah.
Right. Now, that's very competitive. It's capitalism. There's another company across the street, across town, that starts, hey, my productivity, I've got demand, I've got orders, I need employees. And they start offering more money.
More money.
And people go to them. And so the guy says, well, don't leave, I'll pay you more.
Right.
And so wages start to climb as productivity climbs. Then the wages increase in order to keep the good help. In order to get help, the price starts to rise, and those things begin to hold hands.
Yeah, that's good.
The price continues to climb.
Wow.
But the productivity starts to climb, and then wages go along with it.
Wow.
So that's what Trump's trying to do, and he's pressuring Powell to reduce the dollar. And you know, Trump is not wanting to call it weaker. You know, the media calls it weaker dollar, all this type of things. But it's just a pulling back of the dollar, depreciating the dollar against other currencies so that our currency can then sell. And we've talked before about how we, as a reserve currency status, our dollar always has to be ahead. And so now we're trying to put it behind, and then comes in the tariffs. So it's a lot of juggling, and it's a major operation, and you almost have to be a Wharton School of Economics graduate to put it all in your head. But we're trying to simplify it down to sidewalks and staircases.
Right. Well, that makes it plain for
the average person to understand.
Like me, to try to help.
Well, as these three things are going, whether it's a staircase of inflation or a sidewalk of all three of them going, you need to have assets, because it's the cantillon effect. Like we talked about in our last videos, the people who have assets, the upper, you know, or the larger valued people have assets. Well, you can have assets also. You can start buying silver, you can buy gold. And you can't say that it's too expensive, because you can get copper.
Right.
You know, that's going to be a monetary metal one day.
Yeah.
So it is an opportunity for you. We're trying to tell you that this group of people are going down the sidewalk. Inflation, productivity, and wages are taking off. And that's what Trump's trying to do. And he's trying to lower the dollar, which is going to increase the assets, gold, silver, land,
they'll just go up.
all these things. Don't go buy a brand new car. Don't go buy a hot rod right now. Buy some gold and silver, because these prices are going to start to accelerate away.
Yeah.
And these things are going to start to climb, and you're going to want to have some assets just for insurance. We're not financial advisors.
That's right.
We're just telling you what we're doing, and we're getting protected with insurance on our assets, gold and silver.
That's good, darling. So tell me about J Powell. What was that going on with him?
That was such a funny time this week watching Jerome Powell just squirm.
Yeah.
He's standing next to Trump. Trump's a big man.
Yeah, he is.
I didn't realize how small Jerome Powell is until he's standing next to Trump, and he just looks so tiny, and he got this little scared look on his face. And Trump is like, here's Tim Scott.
He's a big fella too.
He's a big guy, and he's going to be investigating you, and we're going to be sending people over. And Trump's like, you know, I spent $200 million remodeling the hotel in New York.
With marble countertops, everything.
Everything brand new.
Everything brand new.
Everything, down to the structural steel. They rebuilt the whole thing and did it for $200 million. And Jerome Powell has spent $3.1 billion.
So far. And he's not even finished.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
It's a mess.
So that's like 15 or 16.
There's something going on there.
Towers
it needs
that
to
Trump
be investigated.
Yeah, that needs to be investigated.
Definitely.
But Trump's using that and several other things to combat Jerome Powell because the interest rates meeting is next week, I think Wednesday or Thursday. And the question is, will Jerome Powell capitulate and lower interest rates? And I really wouldn't bet the farm on it.
Don't bet our farm on it,
don't
please.
bet the farm on it. Long term, by this fall, one way or another, Trump will have lower interest. If that means getting rid of Powell, if that means whatever. So you may see a token 25% reduction in interest rates this week or next week. But you'll see a lot of jawboning because the Feds like to jawbone. And the Feds, backing up to Jerome Powell, he's being very political.
Yes, he is.
He says, I'm not political.
And Trump confronted him and said, you're not supposed to be, and you are.
Yes, he clearly is. And we can go back last year when Biden was coming up to being reelected. He was lowering and lowering interest rates and saying, I'm not political, I can't speak on political things, and lowering interest rates to spur the economy. And also they were refinancing a lot of our debt on very, very short term. So Trump came in and he's having to refinance things longer term, which is more expensive. So he was doing a lot of things to help Biden.
Oh, yeah.
So then Trump gets in, and all of a sudden Jerome Powell turns very political because he says that tariffs will be inflationary, which he was wrong on. Completely wrong on. We're starting to see that revenues are actually starting to come in because of the tariffs, and prices are being lowered because of the tariffs. So complete opposite of what the media and Democrat Powell was saying.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. Well, and now Jerome Powell is still trying to sabotage the situation by not lowering interest rates, because we had inflation. And that's the one thing that you want to do is when you have inflation, you want to have higher rates. But he was lowering rates in an inflationary situation. Now we have a non-inflation situation, and he won't bring the interest rates back up. So he's contradicting himself. And
bring the rates back down, you mean?
Bring the rates back down, right? Bring the rates back down. He was bringing them down. He was bringing them down for Biden,
right?
But they were high because of inflation.
Oh, I see.
And now he is refusing to lower interest rates, even though inflation is down, and it would help Trump. I got it right that time.
Up and down, all around. No,
so in other words, he's just not being truthful. He's not being honest with the American people, and he's sabotaging.
He's got his heels dug in too, the way he
sounds like he does, but I think that there may be some, obviously, 3.1 billion. That's 16 of those of Trump's skyrise projects in New York that he did. Trump could do 16 of them. 16 of them compared to the one Jerome Powell project. See, Jerome Powell can just print money and create it and fund the Democrat Party. Clearly, he's funding the deep state Democrat Party.
Obviously, favoring certain contractors who are or something that's Democrat.
The money's being funneled somewhere.
Something's crooked.
Something's crooked. I mean, I was in construction forever. I was in it for almost 30, 35 years. And just the video of looking at the project, I can say, what a mess. Stuff thrown everywhere, piled up everywhere. Look just totally chaotic to me. If you've got cost overruns 16 times what you should be, you would think that job would be neat as a pin and professional looking. Instead, it looks like a haphazard mess. Something like that Money Pit movie that we watched one time with Tom Hanks. Yeah, that was a funny one. Just haphazard mess.
Gosh, I couldn't take it. I had to go back to listen to something else. It's just too much.
Yeah. Any other questions for this week?
I think that's that's it.
We'll wrap it up there this week.
Okay.
Blessings to everybody.
Blessings.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.